Have you ever faced a situation where you're not able to explain your UI UX related projects in an interview because you get confused and you're not able to articulate your thoughts in that moment of time? And because of that, you get not get good or something. So for that, I made this video. Even if you are from service space or product base, this video will be helpful for you if you want to explain your projects in a very effective way using STAR method. It is followed at industrial level. So let's start with that. So STAR method is very simple. It's the STAR stands for S for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for result. So situation means we just have to give a overview, a brief, like what situation we are in while doing that project. For example, I took a glossary app based design for this example. Like I designed a glossary app for a company that I cannot mention the name. So if I have to give my situation, I simply say I use a grocery app design as an example. For example, I design a grocery app for legal and based company. They already have an existing app for selling fresh cooked food in their existing app, but they want to embed a grocery app in the same thing. So this is the overview kind of. I'm not explaining which company is out there or something, but we can mention also one line or something like what that company background is, but we're not explaining anything more either. We have to be to the point. Second, we come to the task. In task, we just get focus on three things. First, we have to give out the role, what I get. And second, the challenge we faced. And third, the constraints around it. Constraints means the limitation or the things, the boundaries out there while doing that project. For using this example of grocery app, if I have to explain it. For example, I played a lead designer role in this project. I have to understand the requirements from the file and to execute it. Secondly, the challenges is we faced are as follows, like there is a language barrier out there, language bias out there, because in this app you have to use Spanish, Dutch with English also, Hindi and English speaker. So I have to understand the Spanish and Dutch part also. Secondly, there is a cultural bias because it is a Netherlands based app. So we have to understand like what kind of mindset that Netherlands based audience has, like who their users are, what kind of users they have, and what kind of thinking pattern they have, so that we can keep it like that. And the constraints we faced are as follows: like we need to follow the same design style as they have currently in their fresh cooked cheese, in their fresh cooked food app. So we can change colors and everything, but we have to keep the component style kind of same or something kind of same, so that it doesn't feel like it is some another brand. It feel like it resonates with it is of same brand, because they have to embed that grocery app inside that fresh cooked app. So it has to feel like the same. For example, in India we can see Ajio app and everything. They also doing the same thing. Myntra is also doing the same thing. So there are many apps out there. So there is some examples which we can relate to. So there you can notice in the task part, I did not explain anything related to what I did. I just explained what my role is and what I have to do. Okay, so that I interview get an idea. Okay, the overview of the project is you need this to design a process. Yeah, so the relevant based audience, and these are the challenges they have. These are the constraints they have. Okay, so it is a brief kind of, you don't have to over explain guess, because when you over explain, everybody gets confused. You have to be to the point. Then A stands for action. So we have to explain what action we have taken. Now I just tell only what action I did, nothing else, no results, no challenges or something. Yes, the challenge and constraints that I mentioned, I have to say like this challenge is there because that I did this constraint is there, okay, I did this. So you can add peak detailing. You just don't keep it too much short. You can add your peak detailing also, like what more things you want to mention, like the metrics or something. So in action, we just said, if I take a grocery app example only. So in this grocery app, first understood the client requirement. And based on that client requirement, we come to a point we have to make 50, 40 screens additional for this grocery app, at least, because you have to complete this project in less amount of time. 50, 40 screens is at least needed. But because of early clarifications and communication, we come to a point and cut these screens around to 12 only. And because of that, our time, most of the time are saved. The confusion is not there. And because of that, there is no conflict. So I played a role in that thing also. And we come to a point because they already have a FreshCook app. So the common screens between grocery and that app, like settings, the location, there we have to the user to choose. These are some common screens and many more. So we don't have to redesign that. We just have to design that those screens that used it only in Velocity app. So when we come to this clarity, so then we understand the competitors to understand the users and the design style they prefer. So, like for example, there is a Pink app that I studied, and there are many other apps that I go through to understand the taste of that particular users. And there is a language barrier also, and we come to a point like those users not only speak English, we have to kick it in Spanish and Dutch also, so that they relate with it. And many users use it in their own language instead of English. So we need to match. So we added that, and we just noticed that in Spanish and Dutch, the words are too long compared to English. And because of that, the UI get distorted or it don't feel that much good as it feel it in English. So these are the challenges that you face. So now R stands for results. So what results we got? In this, we can mention the metrics. We mention the any other detail like the delivery project and everything. Nothing how to measure, just to the point. For example, using this grocery app, be able to deliver the grocery app within 7 days. And at first attempt, they like the design, like they are going. And because of earlier clarification that we did, if we don't get that, maybe this will take more time and more efforts and so much conflicts out there. You can't relate it. Then here we can also mention the metrics. If you are in a product-based company, if you're in a service-based company, you can mention just these basic things only. And you can add your detailing also for the particular project. So this is the STAR method that particularly people follow. And in mostly, if you give AI-related interviews, like now AI interviews are also in progress. Many companies just took that, take a screen recording of yourself. In that also, it particularly mentioned to explain your project in using STAR method. So you have to follow this method because AI is trained to analyze it accordingly. It's not just for manual interview, but for AI interview, it is mandatory kind of. I have given some interviews of AI, especially mentioned STAR method. Otherwise, AI will not consider either. So I hope this videos had some value, had some curiosity. Thank you, and let's make it next video.